I assume all of us are using some kind of mobile like those or something like this. What do we have on those devices? Media, data, information, call logs, SMS, and chat. Each and every bit of data is living on the phone, along with those data are getting synced on some server. What if I don't want to send all those data like images, videos, even my chats? Like, I don't want to rely on a third party software or backup server, and I want to manage by my own. Like, if I'm having old laptop or I purchased a system to back up all those data, what are the ways I can do? Even if I have a Windows laptop, can I use that one to share all those data to my local system? Yes, we can. There is one software called SAMBA Share, SAMBA, SAMBA server, that is default on any Windows laptop from Windows XP onwards. So if you are having a like 10 years old laptop, it will also work. But do I trust that system? I think I will not trust. And what I will do, I will just simply remove that operating system or rewrite that operating system with a Unix like operating system like FreeBSD or even any distribution of Linux. As I am using this operating system, technically I can say I use Arch, by the way, but this piece of operating system called GoPOS is having Pacman. Along with that, it is having Nix, the package manager. So this piece of operating system is also capable to serve as a server, but I am having a laptop with some kind of proprietary driver for the touchpad is needed. That is the reason why I had to choose Ubuntu. So Ubuntu was working fine, as those display drivers and touchpad drivers are working fine. That is the reason why I have chosen the laptop as my SFTP server. As you see, SFTP is working fine. What if I want to create a folder? Like, let me name this folder as a data. Access denied. This type of access control related issue is very annoying for beginner friendly Linux users. That is the reason why common or general people used to like Windows. They make simple. Like, if you want more simple things, then you must find a Mac that is more simple to use. And Mac operating system is in general more reliable and do not prone to break. That is because they choose their hardware too. That means the hardware and software as the operating system, they always came together. That is the reason why they are much more stable than any kind of Windows or Linux operating system is concerned. But what if you don't have, like, I have small data centers, along with that I have some in-house NAS server, that is network attached storage. But one of my friend asked, like, what if I want to have or had some kind of old laptop lying around, or we can purchase a second hand laptop for that matter, and those laptops usually comes along with hard drives. So if you choose any Linux distribution, it will suffice. Let me show you, like, how do I make this laptop shareable from any mobile so that any mobile can store those data safely. By the way, there are several other applications capable to synchronize all of your mobile data into laptops or any kind of storage media. That is a different topic altogether. Today we will go simple, like simple copy paste. For that reason, I would like to have SAMBA Share, SAMBA. Why I choose SAMBA Share? That is because Linux, Windows, Mac OS, even Android has native support for the SAMBA Share to be accessible. That means any kind of device will be able to save or retrieve simply using a SAMBA client natively. That is the reason why I choose SAMBA Share. Let's first SSH into the laptop. The first step would be like to SSH and install SAMBA. Let me confirm the operating system. This is a Ubuntu operating system and it is having x86 architecture. So sudo apt install SAMBA. I think SMB or SAMBA would be the package. Yes, it is. As I see, before I proceed, I want to show my system's configuration. This is my system and I love this system. That only reason I love this system, I can hack into each and every bits of pieces and it is reliable. Reliable means once installed, it will not break. That is the reliable thing. It is asking for permission to download as it will take around 50 MB. So the software, that means the SAMBA Share software, is only 50 MB. It will be installed in no time, even it is using hard drive. SAMBA is installed installed. Let's take a look right away. What are the extra things it has downloaded? libc, systemd. Systemd is also a like bad thing on Linux system. Manual database, along with that UFW, that means universal firewall. Those are the things it has installed. Along with that, it has enabled systemd service as smbd.service. Those are some important things. Another things, nmbd, this is like networking thing, name server thing, so that your system will be visible within the local area network. That means if you are connected with the same network, that means same Wi-Fi router, it is better like you connect your laptop directly to the router. Then what you do, you install the SAMBA software. Then what is needed, you need to configure the SAMBA share. Like what if I try to connect right away, smb:/l8 on my network. This is the 8th laptop. That is the reason why I named this laptop as L8. First I describe the protocol. It is smb, that means SAMBA share :/ followed by the IP address or the machine name. For me, my DNS server knows what is L8. That is the reason why I am not inputting the IP address by default. After that, L8:L8/. Boom. See, SAMBA share is not available. That means after installing SAMBA share, you will not be able to find that server. You will have to make some configuration tweaks. Let's ask Google, what do I need to do? Set up SAMBA on Ubuntu. The first thing is to update and install SAMBA. I think that part is done, and I need to edit this SAMBA configuration. Let's proceed with, I like micro editor, but micro editor is not installed. Let's install the micro editor. Sudo apt install micro. Micro is not available. It is asking to use snap. Why on earth anybody using snap? I'm not sure. The first thing I do, if I had to use any variant or distribution depended on like any variation of Ubuntu, the first thing I do is remove snap. I love other implementation like Flatpak. Those are kind of good thing, but snap doesn't do anything. It just make your system heavy. Whatever. Let's proceed with nano. I'm not clever enough to use Vi or Vim. There are some configuration here. You see global configuration. Work group is by default work group in capital. That is the main thing like in Windows systems also. Server string H, that means will act as the system name. SAMBA Ubuntu Win server. DNS proxy I don't need. Interface maximum log size. Here I see printer share. Yes, that is also one reason why you need SAMBA share. That is because it is much easier if you want to share your printers and scanner. Here things are little complicated. Like on your Linux system, you do have some user space. That means by default you can use add users like ls/home. What are the users? Like there is also already 2 users are there, but those users are different from the SAMBA users. So that is the reason why you need this command for the access control. New SAMBA password. Let's give a password. User u1 added. Adjust firewall rule. I think firewall should be already configured after the installation. Okay, rules are updated. What's next? Printers. That means this printer will be shared. Net login, but there is no location is shared for the SAMBA. Let's copy this configuration and I will do some changes. Like for SAMBA share, I will use L8U1 home, L8 followed by share. Read only no. That means user U1 will be able to write files into that folder. Browsable, yes. Control S. I see permission denied. That is because I had to use sudo. By using sudo, I'll be able to make the necessary changes. Okay, let's save it and restart the service. Sudo service SAMBA restart. The SAMBA is not SAMBA, is SMBD. The server is restarted. Now I'll have to create the share folder on the home directory as I have mentioned on the configuration. Let's become user as a U1. Let's go to the home folder, make directory share. I think share is created. Let's come again and search for SAMBA shares. Now this system is trying to find all those devices having SAMBA shared, but it is unable to find any devices. Let's try to connect with direct IP address. ENX this one should be SMB colon double slash followed by IP slash home slash share. Let's restart the service again and hope for the best if it can work. Service SMBD restart. The service is restarted. I understand, like I had to mention the username. Got it? Then share. Let's open another file manager called Nemo and see if it is accessible from this one. SMB colon double slash. Before that, let's explore that network system. SMB colon double slash L8 slash. Yes, you see, that is the reason why like still Linux feel so much unpredictable. Like this is the default file manager and it is called Dolphin and it is unable to like load this. But if I use Nemo, it is working fine. Like 12 or 13 years ago, I found a easy means easy to work with distribution that was called Linux Mint. It came with different set of genome and different set of file browsers and those works very fine. From that one onwards, I stick to this file browser that is called Nemo. Nemo file browser is like having a fresh air and stable feel. Let's see if Samba client is installed on my system. Like what if I am bashing the Dolphin browser and I am not having which Samba client? As I see, Samba client is not installed. That may be a reason why Dolphin is unable to access the remote Samba files. But by the way, I remember using L2 share. Yes, I had Samba share was in my old office and like L2 was a massive multiple hard drive. It was working then, but it is not working over here. Okay, let's see if I can install sudo. This is like I use Arch by the way, so I'll have to type pacman rather than sudo pacman install. That means s save. After that, I'll have to paste Samba client. Let's install the Samba client. I'm not on my own system. Let's open another terminal sudo pacman s followed by Samba client. Let's provide my password. As I see, Samba client is 28 MB and it is not installed on my system. That may be the reason why Dolphin like installed within a moment. Let's try if now we can open. I don't think it is opening. Let's close and open again the Dolphin browser. Still Samba share is not able to access. Forget Dolphin. Let's proceed with Nemo. Username is U1 workgroup. As I mentioned, will be workgroup on capitals. Password remember forever. Fail to mount Windows share no such file or directory. That means there is some issue with L8 and that must be regarding the configuration. As I see, I entered the wrong path. It should be E1. L8 here E1. Now it should be okay. Sudo service SMBD restart. I think now we'll be able to. File does not exist. Username E1, password 0, and I expect that Dolphin to work now. Will it work? No, still doesn't work and it is trying to open. Still it is doing something. I see it is working now. E1 password. Remember password. Folder is empty. Create a file. It is working fine. Let's bookmark it. I have bookmarked this one later, so it is here. Let's test it out, like whether it can handle copy paste. I have something to share within this folder. Let's try if it works. Yes, it works instantaneously. Can I use those mobile phones within this SAMBA Share? I'm having one mobile. On Android and iOS, default file browser do not work for local share. But if you purchase some brand like Oppo, Vivo, those brand provides some default file browser. Those are capable to browse network files. On this Samsung device, I did not find any easy way to add network locations. Let's see if this OnePlus device can provide some kind of native file browsing facility. Yes, it has a default file browser. Same here, this is Poco F1, but it is not having the default operating. What operating system it is having? It is having Lineage OS. So you can literally install pure Linux. That means post-market operating system. This is the one. You literally can install this operating system and have full-fledged Linux operating system. Not only the kernel, but also all those GNU stuff. But I experienced so much uneasiness, like the battery partial, but battery worked fine. Screen also worked fine. Camera, yes, camera was pathetical. Wi-Fi was working fine. Calls, SMS, and mobile data was having real nagging issue. That is the reason why I had to like reinstall Lineage OS on this device. Let's see if Lineage OS is having some kind of file browser built in. Yes, files I have found. Files And do I have, like, yes, this files, this one is very intuitive. It shows the external memory card and tarmax files in separate, but there is no way I can connect a remote Samba Share. But I wonder about my past experience, like Samsung Galaxy S2, S3. S3 was the peak invention, like having a nice display with a real AMOLED display. And the last one I would like to mention, this one. This one was Samsung Galaxy Note Edge. This display was so much good at that time. Not only at that time, still it is, but I cannot use this one because this is Android 6. The last update was Android 6, and I cannot run any useful thing on this system. System means this mobile. Although technically all features are quite good, even this piece of some kind of note taking device, pen like thing, it works very fine. 4G, yes, it is having 4G connectivity. I don't need 5G. So what is the thing? What is the thing that is keeping me not using this device? The one thing is the battery. I can easily replace that one, but another thing is the software. Yes, we do have various open source software. By the way, Android is also so-called open source operating system. Let's search, is Android open source? Yes, Android is open source. Let me search, is Galaxy Note Edge having Android OS? Yes, the Android OS is installed. By default it was having 4.4.4 KitKat. It was like greatest operating system at that time, especially if you compared with Nokia's Symbian or those things. It was much superior. It had update until 6 3 GB of RAM. Still my daily driver laptop is having 3 GB of RAM, so I'm not sure the display resolution is like, my literal PC system is not having that amount of pixels. So it's till the date, this device is supposed to be much capable. Only one thing is keeping behind is the operating system. Not the operating system, but the driver implementation. If you are using Linux on desktop, mobile, on anything, the implementation of driver is such bad that you cannot do anything. Some Linux fanboy might be getting offended. What are the option? Graphene OS is option, Calyx OS, and some kind of other OS are also available. But I found if I install those operating system on my device, those will not work. So what do? I thought like I would be able to share all those files to the remote system easily, but it is not so much easy. Even like if I open the gallery, by the way, those phones are having two galleries. One is provided by the brand, that means OnePlus, Samsung, provided by those brands. But along with this, you get photos application from Google, and all those photos are synced with Google server. There is no way you can switch servers or change the settings. So do I do one like application that can easily sync or easily store? I'm not sure because my Android developer account is blocked. Let's see if the ban is lift up. Android developer platform, so push APK. If I log in, developer.android.com, service unavailable. What a great incident. Service unavailable. You just saw it. I think I'm back. Android Studio. No, I just want to publish. Let's search for publish application. This link, I'll have to go to Play Console. Okay, the name is Play Console. Yeah. Choose developer account. See, this is the developer account of me. My developer account. I have chosen my account. Let's log in. See, account closed. Closed on April 2025. Warning sent. Yes, multiple warning was sent, but there is no way I can reactivate this one. Policy center, yes, I know I have like violated some kind of policy. I'm not sure. I don't want to like mess around. You people, you are the most powerful people. I know I had done something wrong, but what wrong did I do? There is no way to know what mistake I have done. Policy status, some kind of policy has been changed. I'm not sure what I did wrong. So what do? Do I, if I like create an application and like post to to Android Play Store, I think if I create another account and like from that account or another person's account, I push that application and they feel like this application should not be on Play Store, you will like this will again it will get banned. What do I do? Many people are thinking like it is not very easy to create an application, especially those are new language like programmers in my age, they and my career community and friends, they like using Rust, C, Zig, assembly. They like don't feel good enough to work with Java or even Kotlin. Java is a messy language, by the way. Even to let's get to the point, like someone may feel like programming is hard. Programming is a language. You just use that language to tell your system what to do. That's it. You'll have to just concise and to the point. Like you make your point, you describe your functionality, and let the compiler compile the binary and you install that. That's it. So making programs are very easy. I'm not sure about the policy like distribution. Like I have made this GoPOS. It is much better than other operating system. Even like Ubuntu, it is much better than Ubuntu, and it is much superior than Arch, because if you are using Arch, you know bits and pieces, each and everything from top to bottom, each and everything. But while it comes to stability and while it's comes to having multiple version of the same application, you need another thing. The topmost another thing is the Nix package manager. Plus, if you want, like you can have this type of application center. So all those things, great things, good things like Arch Linux, Discover, App Image, all those things I have combined over here and provided a better operating system as I understand. But still, it is people are not getting those operating systems. Like if I search GoPOS download, if I see SourceForge, only 8 people have downloaded this week. Previously, the number used to get high, like 200 or 300 maximum. I don't try nowadays to like get what is my benefit. If people don't understand, like still schools, colleges, each and everywhere, people willing to buy software, willing to buy Microsoft things. They don't work on word processor. They don't work on Excel sheet or anything. They work on Microsoft Word. They work on Microsoft Excel. They work on Microsoft Windows. General people don't care about things. They want a device and that device should work. That is their mentality. So what do I do? Do I create a business like selling laptops and desktops, having GoPOS? I'm not sure. Even if I do that, and even if I make loss along the way, like selling computing devices in cheap rated, discounted rated, bearing all those losses, yes, it is much better. Like the LibreOffice and all those things are much better and privacy respecting things. So let me know if I continue this journey or just give it up.